Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with exceptional steps being taken to protect Vancouver's crown jewel from destruction. Water cannons are now in place at Stanley Park as the drought and an ongoing moth infestation are putting the world-renowned green space at extreme risk. Our St. Alexander is live at the park tonight. Singe, that risk is very real.
And it's troubling what we're finding out. There was a fire here at Second Beach yesterday, one just a few days earlier, and police are calling them both suspicious. So now, an all-out effort to drench the park.
The mission is simple: get everything as wet as possible. Hit it with full force, areas where people go most and spots most at risk of fire. These water cannons tap into a complex network and are moved constantly all day.
We want to be vigilant, making sure that the public is aware. Like, it is a risk. We're very concerned of the park. We want to make sure that we are doing everything we possibly can to mitigate fire.
I see mature Douglas firs with the upper canopies showing signs of stress.
Arborist Francis Climo.
These are pretty much 90% dead.
All over the park, among the lush green, too much reddy brown, some 20% of the trees, hemlocks, are either sick or dying, attacked by what's known as the looper moth.
Majority of the dead limbs, the dead hemlocks, they feed on the needles, and that's why we see this extensive dieback and dead limbs.
And all of the dead is highly flammable. The branches, the needles.
Leaf litter, a lot of accumulation of dead leaves, needles from all the dead branches on the forest floor.
Scientists believe the looper moth is nearing the end of its cycle. They come alive for a few years, then go dormant. Even so, a massive undertaking is underway. Chop the dead, then haul it away.
This is not just specific to Stanley Park. We're noticing that in the Lower Mainland, period.
The drought isn't helping either.
For example, this can really, you can start a fire with this, right?
Trees need water, and so crews will keep up their assault to quench their thirst.
St. John, we've seen the park board take the exceptional step of shutting down the park before. Could we see that happen again due to the fire risk?
Well, it's always a possibility, of course. They did mention that today, that it's something they have done in the past. I don't know if you can see this, Nafisa. The brown trees are there. They're not difficult to spot. They're all through the park. Those cannons, by the way, they use them a lot before the celebration of light. One thing that is in our favor, because this is such a busy park, everyone's through it all the time. Someone will probably spot a fire quickly and be able to report it. Nafisa.
All right. Thank you, St. John.